The Trader Cobb Crypto Show, talking business in blockchain.
G'day guys, hope all is well. Hey, this is a slightly different video to the trading videos that I do, and the reason I wanted to do it was because it combines fundamentals and technicals. It's not necessarily this particular pair or this particular token, but it's to show you how you can combine technical analysis with your fundamental buys. And I want to take you through that and show it to here on Aon. Now, this starts from how I was sort of experimenting with a friend of mine in London. I was working with a fellow in London who had won the Bloomberg Money Stock Pickers Award as a 16-year-old. Now that at the time was a event or a game, or I don't know, whatever you want to call it, a competition, where Bloomberg would give you 12 months to perform as a portfolio. Now, he won it as a 16-year-old. Now, to give you some perspective there, a lot of hedge funds go into it because to win that award, it's a pretty bloody good award, to be honest. He won it. So, background. Guy who's very, very good at fundamentals, teaming up with a guy who could do technicals. Now, he would have his fundamentals come through. And this reigns it's just as true in crypto as it is in traditional markets. And he'd basically look at all these things and sort of, this is a good buy, this is a good buy. You know, these are the ones that represent good value, good buys for an investor. And what he was doing though was he was sort of buying through here as it was falling. Going, yeah, it's a good buy, it's an investment. I'm happy to wait. And he was. And I sort of looked at him and went, well, I'm pretty good at knowing when a trend changes. Okay, if you're going to invest, even if the trend reversal is a false reversal and it goes back south, you're better off probably waiting for that anyway and waiting for a better entry. So as he's buying through here, it was like, not good, not good, not good. Then we saw a trend reversal, and that was the point at which I was suggesting we should be buying. And coupling the technical analysis, the use of trends, and changing of trends with that fundamental perspective really paid off well. It worked very well for my investments over there. Now, sort of doubling back to crypto, people say buy the dip. The most classic thing to say when things are bad is buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. Okay, let's do that. Buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. Oh, we're all good. We're moving back. Oh dear, buy the dip, buy the dip. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Buy the dip, buy the dip. Oh, we're good again. Oh, buy the dip. And we keep buying the dip, and we keep buying the dip, and we keep bloody buying the dip. We were buying the dip up here. Now we've dipped all the way down to here. Why not wait? If you've got a strong fundamental play, rather than buying the dip, maybe, I'm not suggesting this is just an idea, to combine some technical ability with your fundamental ability. And this is where I bring you to the chart of Aon against Bitcoin. Of course, to buy Aon, it's on Binance here. This is what I'm looking at, biggest volume. You've got to use Bitcoin to buy it. You can use Ethereum, but we're looking at the Bitcoin chart right now. You can see here, potential higher low. You can also see it starting to consolidate through here. If we break up through here, we may have actually found a point at which is a good time to buy the dip. You can see here we've had some solid divergence running through, and there's a few other things, but if we just focus on trend alone, we might have found the point at which we can buy the dip, right? So if I look at this now on the daily, and then screw down a little bit further, so there's that higher low potentially. And also if I jump now to this, let's jump and look at the 8 hours so it's a bit clearer and easier. Oh, excuse me. You can see that there is test 1, 2, there's plenty of resistance. You can also see here that there's a higher low. So if we were to look to invest, if we wanted to add Aon to our portfolio or build our portfolio of Aon, then we could realistically look at this and go, okay, well, if I was to enter as it broke through the hive here, i.e. the reversal of that trend into an uptrend, we could also have a stop loss here. Now, the stop loss is still a valid thing to have in your investments, especially if it's against Bitcoin, because at the end of the day, if Bitcoin does take off faster than Aon, then we'll see it go and get stopped out, and that's okay because we move back into Bitcoin. We hope the momentum of Bitcoin continues to carry it. It's a good option. You don't need to run a stop loss on an investment. It is another option that is available to us. So you can see there, higher low, potentially a higher high coming in, and it's just about understanding timing around an investment decision. So again, this is not financial advice. This is not to say this is what you should be doing for Aon, not at all. It's just an example as to how you can look to buy the dip in projects that you believe in that fit your investment objectives by using some simple technical analysis tools. It's not complicated either. You guys that are watching this right now in Market View, you all know what the trend reversals are. Most of you have done the courses and you get what the message I'm trying to get across here. I just never saw the sense in buying when things have been falling, and that was the reason I worked with this guy to try and time good fundamentals with good technicals and try and pinpoint that time at which we can enter in with these projects. Aon is a prime example. That's why I wanted to do the video for you guys right now. Have a good day, guys, and I really hope this helps. Bye.
The Trader Cobb Crypto Podcast is hosted by Craig Cobb. All Trader Cobb courses, products, and tools can be found at tradercobb.com because experience matters.